Hello and welcome to the cryptocurrency news channel. So today we're going to look at a couple of coins you should definitely be keeping your eyes on in 2020. And we're going to start with VET. Obviously, this is kind of like an old project. It's decent.bet, but you can see like obviously there's like Phil Helmsmuth and Sonny, and they're actually doing this platform. I think it resurfaced. I actually think it actually resurfaced right now because the mainnet's actually active. It's called Play. Uh, it's called Decent.bet, and essentially it's a gaming platform, and it's obviously supported by supported and sponsored by Phil Hellmuth. It's hosted on the VeChain platform, and it has lower fees, immediate transaction times, and mobile solutions allow for play anytime, anywhere. So it's just one of the many projects on VeChain. Plus, you have Food Gates opening, you have San Marino, and a bunch of other like stuff like the vaccine stuff happening in 2020. And so that's why VET is a coin that you really need to keep your eye on all throughout 2020 for developments, and I do think it's going to go up substantially. BNB is the next one I want to talk about. It's also one of the larger coins. BNB, I think, will go up substantially in 2020 as well. It's fallen a lot since mid-year, but it's still over twice its value at the beginning of the year. And I actually think BNB almost has to go up if like Bitcoin goes up and the rest of the market goes up, because it is directly tied to how much activity there is on Binance. Once volumes on Binance go up, and Binance is expanding in all different directions right now in terms of their services, I think BNB is going to be at the heart of all of that. So developments in 2020, I think BNB is one of the hot coins to have for 2020. Far from that, ADA is the next one I want to talk about. Now, ADA really depends on if they actually release Shelly and Goguan. If they release it in 2020, good. I think the coin will go up substantially. If they don't, then I think people will just lose confidence in the project. So if ADA gets Shelly and Goguan Shelly by Q1 in 2020 and Goguan by Q2, Q3 of 2020, they'll have both the decentralization and the smart contracts in. Staking, I've heard, has been doing pretty well on the mainnet now that they've got both Daedalus and Yoroi working. So I actually believe that people will be confident in ADA as long as they can get Shelly and Goguan out for decentralization and smart contracts. The other one you need to look at is INS. They have a lot of collaborations with like companies like Microsoft and other big tech companies, and they can actually leverage those partnerships. Also, INS's mainnet is coming out in January, so that should actually get people excited, rise prices up ahead of that mainnet. I think it's like the January 20th or something like that. And even though there might be a small sell-off after the mainnet, I do believe the continued partnerships and the development on the blockchain will actually spur INS to go up in 2020. XTZ is the other one. I do think it's a bit inflated right now. But XTZ, I know like the French police force are using it for something or other. I also know that they have STO deals, and a lot of people talking about Tezos replacing Ethereum. Although I think that's a bit far-fetched. I can see some projects working on Tezos next year, and I can see them expanding the ecosystem, especially with the STOs. So Tezos is another one to watch. As for BAT, or Basic Attention Token, we get updates from Brave Browser about how much their usage number have increased. And if Brave actually starts to really make a dent in the browser market, I definitely can see BAT going up. I've been getting a lot more BAT tips lately, and I've actually seen adoption grow this year. So BAT is something you want to look at too. DAG, obviously they partner with Chainlink, and they also have a partner with the U.S. Armed Forces. Don't exactly know the extent of that partnership, but those two partnerships and the fact that DAG is actually really low in value right now could mean that DAG could spring up in the future. Same thing with Xinfin. They have a partnership with R3. They're very low in terms of market cap right now, and they could actually grow immensely as a project. So those are some of the coins that you can look at for 2020 for large ROIs. I know there's several others, but I did focus a little bit more on a couple of the smaller coins because I believe those are the coins that have the potential for tremendous ROI rather than some of the bigger coins. So this is the live stream recap. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.